Hello everybody, Acetyl Kevin at your service, and happy Halloween! It is Halloween, and there's no real good translation for that in German, I'm afraid to say. It's just happy Halloween. And there's going to be Halloween events tonight in the town of Marburg, in which I reside and currently go to school for a little bit. And I need to disguise myself, as they say in German. Ich muss mich verkleiden into something particularly interesting. And the only interesting thing I could come up with on the fly was the Phantom of the Opera, which doesn't feel terribly original, but at the same time I had all the parts just lying around my dorm room in Germany. Yeah. So all I had to do was go and get the makeup, and that's what I did. And I'm going to be doing that right now, making my face up, so I can go put the rest of my costume on, and then go and celebrate this Halloween. Right. Anyway, the first thing I need to do is, because I am a boy, I need to shave my face so it is nice and smooth. And go! Okay, so this is the part where I'm going to talk in voiceover for pretty much the rest of the video. I just want to say right now that I know that I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just using a bit of YouTube and theater experience and throwing it all together and putting it on my face. If you do want to watch someone who does know what she's doing, you should look at my friend Kelly's channel, where she does makeup tutorials all the time. And I'll put a link in the description and at the end of the video, so you'll be able to find her. Alright? Great. Now watch me shave my face. First step, open up your brushes and your sponges. I had bought these the day of, and it took me a little while to figure it out to get them open. The next thing you're going to want to do, or at least the next thing that I did, was that I covered my face in a white powder, or not a white powder, but it's like Shine Control Super Matte powder, to make myself even more unhealthily white. I first used a sponge, and then I moved on to a brush, because the sponge was great for getting the powder out of the little bowl tray thing onto my face, but it was very uneven, so I used the brush to kind of smooth it out and make it look less like it was makeup. Next, I'm using some blush on a brush, and that's not working enough, so I use a sponge, and I put it on my eyes to make them look like irritation from lack of sleep. Once again, using the brush to kind of smooth things over. Now I'm using a purple eyeshadow to make the corners of my eyes deeper, more marked, I would say, and right beneath my eyes to make the skin over my orbitals look terribly transparent, like I haven't been sleeping in, ever. Just touching up, doing some cleaning up with the original face powder. Now I'm using a gray eyeshadow to further make those marks deeper and right beneath my eyelids, just to really impress upon you that I'm not doing well with sleep. I'm using blending. Always blend always blend, making marks to make my eyes look more sunken in. Blended. Look at my shard of mirror and keep blending. Now we're moving on. Oh, I accidentally spilled some gray eyeshadow on my chin, and then it worked out. Next, I'm contouring my cheekbones using gray and purple eyeshadow, and my temples as well, making everything look a lot more sunken in, my skin kind of stretched across my skeleton. And when I say skeleton, I mean skull, because we have a word for that. Next, I'm using a blue eyeliner pencil, I want to say that is, because I forget. It's over here on my desk somewhere, but I don't want to look for it. I found the black one. Oh yeah, it's an eye pencil, blue eye pencil. It has sparkles in it, but you can't see from here. You also can't see that I'm just trying to make veins across my face, around my eye, the part that's going under the mask. And I'm blending it in to make it look more like it's under the skin, which actually worked out really well, although I'm afraid you can't see it using just my GoPro. Next, I'm making the big centerpiece scar that will go on my face. I'm using my red lip pencil, and then I ran it over with my black eyeliner pencil, and then a maroon eyeliner pencil, and then I cover the edges with a white eyeliner pencil for highlighting's sake, to make it kind of look more dimensional than it is, more like lights playing with it. Examining myself. Adding more scars, using the same thing as before, but I did, I think, a little too much blending with this sort of stuff, and eventually it did give me a kind of rough-looking skin sort of situation, but I'm not sure that's exactly what I was going for. Well, I am sure that wasn't exactly what I was going for. It still worked. It made my skin look uneven and unhealthy, especially in person, but I wish that it would have remained more cut-like. But it's really hard to screw up disfigurement. Well, I shouldn't speak too soon, but in my case, adding more veins for the fun. Blending with my hands because I am a boy. No, I'm blending with my hands because I don't trust my hands to use utensils as well as my hands just to touch my face. I tried to make it cut over my nose, but it didn't work. It didn't stay throughout the night too. It stuck to the inside of the mask, but that was the only part of my face that came off on the inside of the mask. Contouring the sides of my nose now with the gray eyeshadow again. Oh, I also did up my lips earlier, but I forgot to mention it. More facial scarring. And too much blending. It's just one blend too far. In fact, with this one, I was so frustrated with how it turned out that I actually tried to undo it, but it ended up just kind of looking like an indentation, which actually I'm okay with. Just touching up. Examining self. Just some more touch-ups. A couple highlights here, a couple more shadowy parts. Snapchat break. And now I'm using a translucent powder, and you really can't go wrong with as much translucent powder as you want. It didn't lighten up my makeup or anything. It was just to make sure that nothing stuck to my clothes or stuck to the inside of the mask. Cleaning up. And I tried to wipe the powder off my desk with my hands. And it just didn't work. Washing my hands. Now I'm examining myself in the mirror because A, I am vain, and B, I wanted to see how much makeup would come off on the inside of the mask. None really did, with the exception of the nose, but that was kind of where the most pressure was on my face being held on by the mask. That was easy for me to say. And I decided to take my shirt off while wearing the mask, and then I realized I was in front of the camera. And no one wants to see that. Shirt. Hope everyone had a horrific Halloween. This has been Acetyl Kevin, as always at your service. And thanks so much for watching.
Jump for the living gods in Asgard above! At least Hans. Wait a minute. Hans? Hans!